What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And you know what? I heard some nonsense today. There is a point of denial and a point of Trump derangement syndrome to where you stop recognizing reality when all logic has gone out the window. Now, I've seen it on many levels. I've seen some people where it's just a little bit of logic has gone out. They might be saying stuff like, man, Trump didn't, man, he in bed with the Russians, or, man, Trump lied about his tax returns. Minimal, But then you got those cases where it's so extreme where you go, at one point you were considered to be a rational thinking person, but somehow, somewhere in the middle of the night, you snapped. And what's crazy about this is that the people who are suffering from this, they are choosing to live their lives in misery for nothing. You would think Trump is personally coming to their houses and knocking down their door and just roughhousing them, tearing up their furniture, threatening them, harassing their family members. I guarantee you these people who's flipping out, saying the country's in chaos and Trump's the worst person in the world, can't really identify the problems in their own life since Trump has taken office. Nothing has changed. Getting me to Rosey McDonald. Poor Rosey, y'all. Pray for Rosey, y'all. We have to pray for Rosey. I saw her do an interview. I guess she's now leading the charge. Okay, she's leading the charge against Donald Trump, which kind of blows my mind because I thought she should be locked up like Dinesh D'Souza because, he got in trouble for donating a little bit of extra money, I guess, to some Republican party, and yet she donates way more than he did, but nobody went to her house. No FBI. Excuse me, Rosey, can we talk to you about the extra money you donated? Nobody. Just let her go. So nonetheless, Rosey is supposed to be leading the troops into battle to protest against Donald Trump and so on and so forth. But this is how you all know who is leading, who's following her, okay? This is how you know you're following someone who's out of their mind. You're following a crazy person at this point. She's on Chris Cuomo's show, and she's telling him how Donald Trump isn't the legitimate president, and she goes on to say that everybody knows it was Russia that handed him the presidency. And I'm going, here we go again. Here we go again with the Russia presidency thing. And I said, okay, you know what? The media's been pushing that one. I'm going to let that go because some people are weak enough in their mind to believe that garbage. But then she goes on to say, because Chris Cuomo, she said, and it's not only that he lies, but he doesn't know how to inspire people. So Chris Cuomo's like, well, what about all the thousands and thousands of people that come to his rally? She's like, Chris, those people are paid. He said, tens and thousands of people are paid. Now, it's bad when the liberal media starts to go, she might be unhinged. We brought her on here to make Trump look bad, but yet she's going too far. She's going to make us look bad. This is too far left for us to go, yeah. So my man Chris Cuomo's like, all of those people? She's like, yeah, Chris. I mean, all you have to do is go online and you see there's paid actors and actresses to go to things like this. They're paid. And so Chris was like, I've been to his rallies. That's a lot of people. She had the nerve to suggest that Trump is paying people to come to his rallies. Now, I have been to a Trump rally, 2 of them, and I didn't get no check in the mail. Nobody paid me. I mean, I can see if he was paying people who maybe wouldn't come, that might change the whole perception, like a whole bunch of black people. If anybody was going to get paid, it should have been me. Me, a couple Latinos, maybe some Asians, throwing a couple Samoans, maybe sprinkle in some Africans, some diversity to make it look like, wow, look at all these people. And y'all try to make it seem like Trump is, he's racist and there's no diversity and support from other nations and other countries, blah, blah, blah. But no, I didn't get no check, Rosey. And when I went there, both of them, it was wall to wall, man. And it was people still standing outside. Now, I know Trump might be a billionaire, but I don't think he has the money and wouldn't waste the money to simply pay 10, 15, 20,000 people to show up at his rally just so he can feel good about it and feel better and stage a PR stunt. Do you understand how illogical that statement is? Do you understand how desperate of a free throw that's one of them buzzer beaters. Like, you know what? Chris brought up a point because I said something stupid, like he doesn't know how to inspire people, and he brought up a good point, and I don't know how to rebuttal. So you know what I'm gonna do? There's only 1 second left on the clock, and I'm way down at the other basket. I'm just gonna yoke it up and hope it goes in. That was a Doug Flutie. That was okay, there's no time on the clock. It's the last play. We're going for the Hail Mary. I need the wide receivers to run all the way to the end zone. I'm just gonna throw it up. That's all it was. It was I'm getting beat. It's the 12th round. I'm almost getting knocked out. I might as well muster up the strength to throw one last right. I'm gonna close my eyes and hope I knock somebody out. That's all that was. Because even Chris Cuomo had that look on his face like, I don't know if I should continue with this interview. This woman sounds ridiculous. To suggest that a Trump rally, all those people are paid actors and actresses. I'm thinking to myself, you have allowed Trump to take over your life and consume you. And see, that's the bad part about Trump derangement syndrome. You wake up unhappy, you wake up delusional, you wake up imagining things, you're walking around paranoid, thinking stuff that's happening is not even happening. You're going, you know what, all of this racism, sexism, misogyny, and all this stuff is going on around the United States, but you don't see it with your own eyeballs. I'm yet to speak to somebody who actually gave me data of how their life have turned negatively since Trump been in the office. It's always what they hear on TV, or it's stuff that doesn't impact them. Trump's tone is horrible. Trump said this and he's being mean and hurtful. Trump called LeBron James ignorant, which, hey, I'll put it to you like this. I was on my radio show last night and they were talking about LeBron James. I hate to say it, LeBron is suffering from this as well. I mean, when you look at how the media has done their fair share of creating this narrative and gaslighting all of these people and using information operation, they have created Trump derangement syndrome because people are making stuff up. They're imagining that these things are going on and they're not. So now you get the media attacking Trump over his comments about the flag and the NFL players and all of these things. And then you get Don Lemonhead, who bring LeBron on, and LeBron don't know better. He don't know better. He didn't know that Don Lemonhead had a bigger agenda. He didn't know that all he was a chess piece, you know, because Don Lemonhead in his mind is several moves ahead of LeBron. See, that's what you got to understand about chess. You don't make the one move in real time. You're going, okay, I see 3 moves down the line. I'm going to make one move. This cat's looking at the one move where I'm 3 moves ahead of him. So, he come on to the show, and Don Lemonhead is talking about, I just want to talk to you about, your school and all. And I'm going, Now, hasn't anybody learned from watching Ricky Lake and Jerry Springer? When they ask you to come onto the show and put you in a little sound booth for about the first 5 minutes of the show, don't come out the sound booth, because they're not there to ask you about something positive. They might tell you that, yeah, we only want to talk to you about this or that. But when you come out, they're going to have like 2 women there. And I'm glad you're on the show. These 2 women said that they have your baby and we're trying to figure, and all of that stuff. You're getting set up. And so LeBron didn't understand he was getting set up. And sure enough, he gets on there and he starts asking him all these questions, a little bit, sprinkled in some, let me talk to you about the school. That's great, man. School's going good. Well, blah, yeah, that's good. Anyway, let's get into the current administration. He baited LeBron in, and because LeBron has been a victim of Trump derangement syndrome, he also responded just like Don Lemonhead wanted him to respond. Don Lemonhead needed some type of controversial response, some sound bite he could use later on. And then, of course, after LeBron takes the bait, then the president fires back, and all of a sudden now the president's racist, which cracks me up, because I'm thinking to myself, just because he questioned her IQ, I didn't know IQ was a race. Secondly, if you can't take it, don't dish it out. Thirdly, since when do black people get excluded from criticism, just because they black and they make a comment about somebody and somebody question their intelligence, and all of a sudden it's like, you can't question anything. You can't say anything about me, period. Because if you do, I'm going to just say, well, you're saying it because you're racist. And I'm going, no, he's saying it because you attacked him unlawfully and you got baited in by Don Lemonhead to go ahead and attack the president And then when he responded, you got all in your feelings. And the rest of the nation, some of them, bought into it too. You know what President Trump's saying that about LeBron? Poor LeBron. No, not poor LeBron. Just get on the show and talk about the school. That's all we want to do here. So all of these people out there suffering from this horrible, horrible disease really need to get some help. But especially Rosey. I'm concerned. That's not the Rosey I knew and loved from A League of His Own. She's just not. Anyway, God bless you. This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter. Check me out Wednesday nights at 7:30 in Kevin's Corner, my radio blog talk show. You want to support Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom to do so. God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.